Our story begins here, in the foothills of the Aravalis, in Rajasthan's Udaipur, in the beautiful Mewar. The earth here is so burnt that its people add color in every possible way. So rich that you would want to dip a brush into it. It is here that Hira and Panna lived.
Hira, look here. See, I have bought so many new clothes for you.
Where have you been away for so long?
I had to work far away in the big city, and I will again have to go back to the city.
But why? Can't you find any work here?
Here? In this village? If I work here, I will not be able to earn even 2 pennies. We have to go outside for work.
But if something could take these people away from their land, what could it possibly be? The people of Amda and Kundai migrated hundreds and sometimes thousands of kilometers to find work and food for their families. Even the women were forced to migrate.
Earlier, milk, food, everything was available in the village itself. But now, we have to go to the markets or the town to buy them.
The climate has changed and the crops are getting affected badly. They may or may not get water. No one knows what will happen. There is very little water here. It is not enough for all the fields.
We are forced to purchase fodder for our cattle from outside.
Our son has gone away to find work. We miss him a lot.
Rajasthan was always dry and arid, but our ancestors managed so well. Then why couldn't we? When did our water, crops and cattle face hardships? When did the climate become so merciless? And why are we not able to predict it? The climate has been playing havoc for some time, and we were struggling to manage, adapt, and survive. Realizing the consequences, the Swiss Agency for Development and Cooperation and its partners attempted to provide new answers through the Vulnerability Assessment and Enhancing Adaptive Capacity program. This program focused on local adaptation measures connected to life support systems, water, and agriculture.
We have constructed 2 tanks and a buried pipeline system. With the participation of people, we first took up renovation of well, which is very important. It's an old well. This entire work would provide irrigation to each and every field of this land, which was not covered under earlier irrigation infrastructure.
Our ancestors used to say, respect for water reaped plenty. In resonance with that adage, we started with water conservation measures. We silted, repaired, and lined all the wells and channels. We even built trenches to harvest the runaway rainwater. But was all this hard work going to help? It did. We had stopped using our ancient method of irrigation, the harén. because either there was not enough water or because the harén used to break and leak. But now, the renovated wells had surplus water, and the cemented harén made sure that the water reached even the fields at the tail end. Many of our fields are located at the higher reaches, and to irrigate them, we had to use pumps and a lot of diesel. But the project had a simpler solution. We built underground pipes and started to store water at the higher reaches itself. Now water could reach all the fields through simple, natural gravity.
With this water bank, it has become very easy to water our fields. Because of the harén, we are able to make much better use of the water.
First, the water channel here used to be pretty low. Now we have increased its height quite a bit. Also, because the well and the water channel are now renovated, water has started reaching all the fields around this place.
If the V&A helped us realize one thing, it was to blend tradition and science to prepare ourselves for new challenges. For all of us at Amda and Kundai, goats and other cattle are a very important source of livelihood. But over the years, with poor fodder and more inbreeding, our stock had become worthless. When we mentioned this to the project officers, they suggested that we improve the breed, get a better one, the Sirohi. We neutered most of our native bucks to introduce the Sirohi.
Our native goats used to weigh 12 kgs at 12 months, and they used to fetch 1200 rupees each. From the Sirohi goats, we started getting a handsome return. The Sirohi goats weigh 20 to 25 kgs within just 6 months.
The difference was visible in just one generation. Good cattle yields also need regular vaccination and good fodder. For this, we came together and started developing a common pasture land. This in situ fodder bank helps us feed our livestock even during the dry periods.
We got together, all the 12 families in this place, and we built these walls and trenches. Sahyog and AFPRO helped us in making them.
What we have done is the soil water conservation. These are the arid areas with frequent droughts occurring. You can see these trenches are supporting more percolation of the runoff of rain in these areas, thus recharging the water regime in this whole region, rehabilitating the natural root stock to be sprouted, and then it becomes greener and ultimately producing more grass, more fodder and fuel wood for these areas.
Now, our goats are eating quite well, and till date, we have enough stock.
There is so much work to do here in the village. So much. Nowadays, I don't have time to go outside and work.
We expect this project to provide lessons both at the local level in terms of state and national policies, but also at the international level in terms of the good practices for helping communities to adapt to climate change.
In the past 3 years, we have improved the resilience of our local systems and found our own strengths and answers. And this we can see in every field, every household, and every family. Our stories and songs are all about nature. We have to understand and adapt to it. And this is what we will now tell everyone.